we go. Right then, team. Here we are. Happy New Year. First one for lots of us since Christmas. So whatever's going on in your bodies, listen to your body. Take it easy if you need to. Chilly one today, hey. So be mindful that muscles might take a little longer to warm up. And I have to say, I'm not a great fan of New Year. I was in bed by 8:30 in my pajamas in bed, cup of tea and a book. Bliss. That's my kind of New Year. So I'm not into this great kind of hurrah, it's New Year, and because I think it's loaded with unrealistic expectations for lots of people at a quite miserable time of year, that we're supposed to wake up on January the 1st, kind of morphed into this new version of ourselves. And it's almost the feeling that the old version of ourselves was in some way inadequate, and that if we don't make these changes to our diet or lifestyle or mindset or whatever it is, that we've somehow sort of failed. And I dislike that. I don't like that at all. But having said that, I have got a mantra for 2025, and I discovered it through Maya Angelou, as always, the wonderful, wise Maya Angelou. And I thought this was wonderful, sort of mantra for living, really. So I'm going to adopt this for 2025. You might want to join me. So she wrote, hoping for the best, prepared for the worst, and unsurprised by anything in between. And I really like that, because I think that just about sums life up, isn't it? No matter how many expectations we might have, or this idea that this is going to be my best year yet, and blah, blah, blah. Life sometimes has a way of throwing googlies at us, jumping up and biting us on the bottom when we least expect it. So even though I am hoping for the best, I will also use my yogic tools, my breath, my meditation, my practice to help me prepare for the worst should that happen. And anything that happens in between, hopefully I'll be able to receive with gratitude, with graciousness, and with an element of equanimity. I'll tell you how it goes. So we're going to start lying down on the mat today, team. And just as you bring yourself down onto your back, maybe draw your knees up and in towards your chest there. And just give yourself a little massage, gently rocking from side to side, your back gently massaging against the floor there. And you can draw some little circles with your knees, maybe, if that feels nice. And so very mindful that it is colder and our muscles, our joints might be feeling a little bit tighter and stiffer, or indeed we've overindulged it in the gym. Oh, whatever's going on. Let's release the feet down to the floor. If your back is a little bit stiff today, maybe keep your feet wide, your knees bent, and let your knees rest against each other. Otherwise, you can stretch the legs out in front of you. I'm just going to roll up to seated for a moment so I can continue just to talk to you. And so wherever you are today, let's just bring the hands into a comfortable position. You might have them resting down by the side of you. You might have them hand on the chest, a hand on the belly, which can sometimes help if you're feeling a little bit discombobulated. And let's start by taking a lovely deep breath in. And as you breathe out, acknowledge the support of the floor beneath you so you can begin to relax and release. And I read these words about January, which can quite often be a month where we're supposed to be, kind of doing deep dive diets or detoxes or caning it in the gym. And I really like these words, which kind of sum up the season that we're in, that quiet, still season of winter. In January, the month of renewal, a season of quiet becoming, a time when the world softens, inviting you to begin again. A time to sit with yourself and meet the version of you who has always known the way forward. A time to discover that there is no need to chase, for what is meant for you is already on its way, arriving not with urgency, but with grace. A time to trust the unfolding. to honour the slow and the steady bloom of life. For growth should not be rushed, and neither should you. So acknowledging this slow kind of liminal season that we're in before spring comes. Light is returning slowly to the earth, gradually, minute by minute, day by day, as we work our way through this month, which can be quite tough. So giving ourselves a little bit of grace today. And let's just start by reaching both arms back above the head and stretching the legs out in front of you, and just give yourself a little wiggle there, side to side, maybe stretching into one side of the body and then the other. Lovely. And then just draw some little circles with your ankles and wrists, gradually warming up the joints this morning. Little circles round. First in one direction, and then we'll change direction. Lovely. And then slowly keeping the legs where they are, you're going to bring the hands down to your heart. And interlacing the hands, push the palms straight up towards the ceiling. So try not to lift your shoulder blades up off the floor, just really open up through the palms. Keeping the hands interlaced, we bring the arms all the way back above your head, or you can keep them just raised up. Then releasing the hands, take them out to the side, level with the shoulders, and all the way down and back to your heart. Interlacing the hands, inhale, pushing up and back, stretching the body. And as you exhale, releasing all the way out to the side, down to the thighs and back to the heart. Do that a couple of times, maybe start to flex your feet as you push the arms back behind you. And then that big circle of the arms, warming up through the shoulders. Let's do that a couple more times. Big stretch. And shoulders sinking away from ears as you circle. Let's do that once more. Big stretch up as you inhale. And exhale to circle all the way back down. At this next time, just reach both arms back above your head. Soften the elbows. You can just rest the arms above your head. If that's too much on your shoulders, you can just bring the arms out level with the shoulders. Okay. Softening through the upper body and without using your hands, let's draw that right knee into your chest. And now start to draw some circles with that right knee. You might start to have a little roll around on your lower back there. Maybe rocking from side to side as you make those circles as big as feels comfortable. And just change direction, so we take the knee round the other way. Again, rolling around on the low back there. And then we'll bring the knee in towards the chest, using your left hand on that right knee. Let's bring that knee into a little twist, dragging it across the body. And just for today, if it's comfortable, keep that right arm reaching back behind you, lengthening out through the whole side of the body. Let's take a nice deep breath in as you reach out through the fingertips. And as you exhale, rolling down onto your back. Keeping that knee in towards the chest, you're going to slide that left foot in towards you, so the knee is bent and the foot's on the floor. Crossing right ankle over that left knee. Just press the knee away from you as you come into your version of reclined pigeon, and maybe you stay there, left foot staying on the floor today. Or you can pick up the left foot and just interlace the hands around the back of the thigh, bringing that right shin in towards you. And again, you might continue to gently rock from side to side, or just linger in stillness, bringing that shin up towards your chest, releasing through the hip there. Lovely. And then we'll bring the left foot down to the floor, holding on around the back of that right thigh. Let's take the right leg up into a little hamstring stretch today, pointing and flexing your right foot. And feeling that nice stretch and opening in the back of the leg. And then flex the foot. And just pause there for a moment, gently pressing your thigh into your hands, and your hand pressing back against the thigh, so you feel a little bit of resistance there. Let's take a nice inhale into that stretch. And as you exhale, release both feet down to the floor and both knees are bent. Coming into our little shoulder bridge, so as you press down through the feet, Inhale, lifting the hips up as you come into that little shoulder bridge. And as you exhale, roll your way down through the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae. So as you continue to move with your breath now, imagine those knees are being magnetized towards one another as you lift the hips. You're not rolling the knees out to the side, they're staying parallel, tracking forwards. Let's do one more like that, lifting the hips up on an inhale and releasing on an exhale. Now, feel free to stay there, or we can add the arms, lifting the hips, reaching both arms back above your head, stretching out through the fingertips. And exhale, roll your way back down. Let's do that twice more. So remember, if your arms or shoulders are feeling a little tight today, you just continue to lift and lower the hips, no problem. If you're with me lifting the arms, we're going to lift the hips and keep the arms back above your head now as you're holding that shoulder bridge. And see if you can walk your feet towards you a little more so your heels come up off the floor, balanced on your tiptoes. Let's take an inhale. Keep the heels lifted and the arms behind you if they're there as you roll down through the spine, stretching your heels, your bottom towards your heels. And when you get there, stretch the legs out in front of you, back into that full body stretch. Have a little wiggle and a jiggle there. And then soften the elbows, relax the hands above your head again. So this time, left knee, we're going to scoop in towards the chest. So you're not using your hands there, we're using the core. And start to draw some circles with that left knee. So again, maybe a little rolling around on your low back there as you circle that knee. Go round one way. And then we'll shift direction. So we take that knee all the way around in the opposite direction. Again, that little roll around the back there. And then bringing the knee in towards the chest, using your right hand this time. We're going to drag that knee across the body into a twist, reaching back through those left fingertips. So you're getting that lovely stretch down the left side of the body this time. Let's take an inhale. And as you exhale, rolling onto your back, we're going to slide the right foot in towards you, bending the knee, foot on the floor so you can hook left ankle over that knee this time. So in our recline pigeon on the other leg, you can have that little rock from side to side, keeping the foot on the floor, or pick up the right foot. You can hold on around the back of the thigh. And again, you might have that little rock from side to side, just stretching things out there this morning. Lovely. Now let that right foot fall to the floor. Keep the knee bent. Now hold on around the back of that left leg up into our hamstring stretch. Pointing and flexing the foot when you get there, seeing how that feels this morning on that side. One leg might feel a little stiffer. This one feels stiffer for me today. And we're going to flex the foot. And again, pushing gently your leg into your hand and your hand against your leg. Opening up the back of the knee. Let's take that inhale as you stretch. And exhale, bring that knee in towards the chest and bring the other one to join it. So both knees hugged up, one hand on each knee. Take some circles with the knee. You can keep the knees together. Or you can do a little breaststroke action with the legs, taking them around in two individual circles, whatever feels good. Go around one way. And then all the way around the other direction. Nice. And then hugging the knees up and in towards the chest. You've got the option to pick up your head and shoulders, rounding up into that tight, tight little ball, sliding the shoulders away from the ears. And then lower the head, lower the shoulders. And you decide how you want to come up to seated. You can hold behind the legs and roll your way up, or just roll to one side. I'm going to sit cross-legged. But you can always stretch the legs out in front of you. Oh, that feels better already. Lovely. So bringing the hands onto the knees. I'm going to start to draw some circles with the torso there. So starting to warm up into the hips, starting to move the body round in a circle. Roll around the base of your pelvis there. That's it. Lovely. Go all the way around once more in that direction. And then we'll just change the direction of our circles. Maybe the head and shoulders start to get a little bit involved here as we move the body round in a circle. And then we'll come all the way back to stillness, keeping the hands on the knees. This time as you inhale, start to push the chest forwards. We're arching the spine. And as you exhale, we're rounding the back. So you're holding onto your knees for support there. Inhale, rocking forwards, lifting the chin, lifting the chest. And exhale, rounding. So it's that little version of our cat-cow, continuing that little rock back and forth on the base of your pelvis there. Should feel quite nice just to release any tension in the back. Lovely. And then let's come to find that midpoint. Shoulders on top of your hips. Reaching the arms up towards the sky, palms face forwards. You're going to take a cactus with the elbows. So drawing those elbows down. Now pull the elbows back as you push the chest forwards. And now round the spine as you dive forwards, bringing the hands together. Reaching both arms up so the palms are touching. And then push the arms all the way down and out to the side, feeling that nice stretch across the chest and shoulders. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, we take that cactus. Lovely. Pause as you draw the elbows back. And then rounding the spine, we dive forwards. Arms together. Inhale, reach on up. And exhale to push away. Lovely. Beautiful. Inhale, take the arms up. Exhale to cactus. Oh, squeeze the shoulder blades down the back. Pull the elbows back. And then arching, rounding the spine, you reach forwards, inhaling up. And all the way out and down. We're going to add on this next time. So reaching up. Big breath in. And then shoulders away from ears as you squeeze the elbows down. We pause. And then rounding forwards. We're going to arrow the arms up. This time, let's bring the right hand down to the floor, taking the left arm over the top of the head. You can look up or down, whatever works best. Bringing that nice stretch through the side body. Lovely, pushing off the underneath hand. Let's inhale, reach up. And exhale, over to the other side, reaching over the top of the head. Again, deciding what works best for your neck. Lovely, reaching the arms up. Now you decide if knees and ankles are okay, you can bring the hands down to the mat in front of you and roll over your feet to come onto all fours, or just make your way there. Lovely, so we'll meet in all fours. So shifting the weight into your left hand, just pick up your right hand. You're just going to start to draw some little circles with the hand there just to warm up through the wrist. Ask a lot of our wrists in yoga, so let's warm them up, just change direction for a few rotations there. And then we'll place the hand down and we'll swap sides, just moving that hand round. That's it, fingers moving, and then change direction. And carefully placing that hand down, so spreading the hands nice and wide, coming into our cat-cow. So as you inhale, let's pull the chest forwards as you tilt the tailbone up. And then exhale to round like the angry cats. Lovely. Continuing to move with the breath now as you inhale, you push, push, push the chest forwards. Keep pressing into your hands. And then round. Lovely. Let's do that just a couple more times. Feeling that nice release through the spine. Heart pulling forwards as you inhale. The next time you're rounding your back like an angry cat, we're going to pause there and slowly and gently just start to move your hips from side to side and maybe bring your ear to your shoulder. So you're making a little C shape with alternating sides of the body there. That's it. And then slowly, slowly we'll come back to center, keeping that rounding through the spine. Bring your bottom to your heels and drop down onto your elbows so your forearms are in two parallel lines there. And then peeling those forearms up as you inhale, we come back into our cow pose, back arch. Exhale, rounding, sinking down onto your elbows. Just doing a few more of those, really squeezing those elbows in towards each other as you sink down onto your forearms. Working across the upper back. Let's do that one more time. Now this time, we're going to come down into that child pose. Now reach your right arm all the way back behind you. Now, as you rise up, we take the right arm all the way up to the sky, drawing a big circle, and hand comes on the shoulder as you come into that child pose. And then we swap arms, left arm reaches back, and then all the way up, and hand under shoulder as you come back into that child pose. And just continuing to move the arm, or not, as the case may be. You can just move the body, swapping arms each time. Let's do one more with the right arm, getting that big rotation with the shoulder. Last time with that left arm. Okay, we're going to add on this next time. So we'll meet in child pose. Reach that right arm back. We'll circle all the way up. Pause, take an inhale. Exhale, we're going to feed the arm through as we thread the needle. Lovely, twice more. Inhale, arm reaches up. And exhale, feeding the arm through. Lovely, last time, inhale, reaching up. Now this next time, feed the arm through. We're going to come down onto the side of the head, if that feels good. Pausing there, maybe extending that left arm towards the top of the mat. Coming on to the tips of the fingers if you're doing that with your left arm, so you're feeling that lovely stretch all the way down through the arm. Nice. Let's slide that left hand back by the face, pushing into the hand. We'll bring both hands under the shoulders. Let's take an inhale as you arch the back. Exhale, rounding the spine. This time, left arm, we reach all the way back. And then reaching up to the sky, taking that inhale. And as you exhale, let's feed left arm under right arm this time. That's it, lovely. Inhale, reaching up. Open the chest. And exhale, we feed the arm through. We're going to hold this next time, so reaching up on an inhale. Coming down onto the side of the head, top of the shoulder there, so just nestling yourself down nice and comfortably. Maybe you reach that right arm towards the top of the mat, coming up onto your fingertips. Lovely. And sliding the hand back by the face. Let's come all the way back up. Hands on the shoulders. Inhaling, lift the chest. Exhaling, bottom to heels. And this time, let's slide the arms forward. See if you can lift up onto your fingertips again. So you're pressing your fingers down into the mat. Drawing your hips back towards your heels there. Getting that nice stretch through both sides of the body. And then placing the palms on the floor. Coming up onto all fours, you might need to slide the hands forward so you can slither down onto your tummy, bringing your elbows underneath your shoulders. And we'll just widen the feet as we take our Sphinx pose. Elbows under shoulders, pressing down into your elbows, pulling the chest forwards. Let's lift the chin, press into your forearms. And then as you exhale, drop the chin and see if you can bring your navel to your spine. You might feel that little rounding through the back, really press into your forearms. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the chest, lift the chin. And exhale, drop the chin. And try bringing navel to spine. So you might feel your bottom kind of tightens up a little bit there. Let's do that a couple more times. Inhale. So glutes switch on as you round through the spine. Do that once more. Inhale, drawing the chest forwards. And exhale to release. Lovely. Elbows come wide. Let's come down onto our tummy. Bring those legs hip width. Back onto all fours. This time tuck the toes, bottom to heels. And just have a little sway of your hips from side to side as you massage across the feet in that half dog. Now walking your hands back towards your knees. You're going to see if you can pick your knees up off the floor so you're in a little squat at the back of the mat. If you don't like that, come straight up into a forward fold. Just straighten your legs. Okay, we're in that little squat. We're all going to straighten the legs. Push the hips up, and the heels to floor, and then pick up the heels and come back down into that little squat. As you inhale, we push the hips up, coming into our forward fold. And as you exhale, you sit back down into that squat. Lovely. Let's do that again. Inhaling up, opening up through the legs. And exhale to squat. And this next time, let's come up and hold in that forward fold. Now keeping the heels on the floor, Just start to bend one knee and then the other. You might need to bring your hands higher up the legs. That's fine. Bending one knee and then the other. And then pausing, we're all going to bend just your left knee and then take the right arm all the way up to the sky. So the right leg is straight. You're pushing the hip back and then release. Swapping sides, so just the right knee bends, stretching that left arm up. And then release. Let's do one more each way. Inhale as you bend your left knee, right arm lifts. Exhale, release. Other side. Oh, that feels good. And then release. Bend both knees. Let the arms dangle as you roll yourself up. Coming up. So we're at the back of the mat. Lovely. So we've stretched the back of the body. Let's stretch the front of the body. Circling the arms out and up. Oh, I'm in my jungle. Exhale, bring the hands behind you. You're going to open up through the chest as you interlace your hands. Get tangled in my leaves. Draw the knuckles down. Open up through the chest. Little squeeze at the bottom as you press the hips forwards. And then release the hands. Slide the hands down the back of the legs as you come all the way down into that forward fold. Lifting up halfway as you inhale. And padding back into your downward facing dog. So keeping the feet where they are. And this time you can bend one knee and then the other as you have that little pedal out through the feet there. And then start to pick up one foot and then the other. So you're just kind of shifting the weight from side to side, adding the weight from side to side. Now you're going to pick up your right foot, tuck it behind your left foot, and bending that left knee, try and press that right heel back behind you so you're getting a nice stretch out through the back of the leg. Lovely. And then we'll swap sides. So you pick up your left foot, tuck it behind your right foot. So you're going to bend your right knee, press the left heel down towards the floor. And then coming back into your downward facing dog. Now knowing you can always drop down onto all fours. You're going to roll forwards to plank. Now bending the knees, you push your bottom back towards your heels. And then straighten the legs back up into your downward dog, our little spinal rolls. Inhale, roll forwards to plank. Exhale, knees hover as you push your bottom all the way back and then up into your dog. One more time. Inhale. Exhale as you roll. Inhaling, coming forwards to plank. This time we'll pause. And knees down, chest down. This time we'll keep the feet hip width and it's the arms that come wide. So hands are off the mat, up on those tented fingertips. As you inhale, we lift up into that lovely open-hearted cobra. And exhale, lower the chest down. Lovely. Twice more. Inhale, rippling up. And exhale to lower. Lovely. Last time. Inhale. Exhale to roll back down. Hands under shoulders. Tuck the toes, lift the hips. Downward facing dog. This time from your downward dog, let's walk your feet towards the top of the mat. So we're coming to that forward fold with your feet behind your wrists. Bend the knees. This time just cradle your elbows. So you can let the body just sway, hang over the legs as you gently move from side to side if that feels good. Lovely. And then releasing the arms, coming up halfway as you inhale. And exhale, we fold. We're going to rise on up, sweeping the arms all the way out and up. Beautiful, hands coming to heart. Let me just adjust the camera so we're all at the top of the mat there. That's it, lovely. And so reaching the arms up, we're going to take hold of that right wrist. And reaching all the way up as you inhale, pushing the hips out to the side as you take the body into that lovely half moon stretch. Now knowing you can stay here, or we're going to step right foot behind left foot. And just bend the knees and just see if you can find even more stretch there. Beautiful. And then we come back to center. Swapping sides, keeping both feet underneath you to start with. And maybe that's where you start. You stop. Or left foot behind right foot. Bend the knees and come over the top. Nice. Coming all the way back. Release the arms. Take an inhale. And exhale, release. Lovely. Take a couple of Nice shoulder rolls there. And come into our little flow. So you're standing at the top of your mat. Ooh, starting to warm up a bit. Beautiful. That's what we need. So top of the mat. Let's circle the arms out and up as you inhale. And coming all the way down into your fold as you exhale. Lifting up halfway. And as you exhale, we're going to slide or step your right leg all the way back behind you. Bring the knee down. We're going to flatten the toes. Reaching the arms up. Inhale. As you exhale, we take a cactus and then release the hands all the way down to the floor. Nice. You might need to have a little wiggle of that front foot forwards. Inhale as you lift the chest. Exhale, move the hips back. So you'll maybe lift the left toes towards your face, or you can keep the knees bent. Okay. So we've been having a little play with this over Christmas. So you can decide whether you want to join me in this little challenge. So you can stay there with the hands on the floor or start to walk your hands back towards you. You can keep, again, your fingertips on the floor or rise all the way up. Okay, now this already might feel like a sufficient challenge, so feel free to stay here. If you want to play, really firm up through the belly, reach up through the fingertips and see if you can lift that left heel up off the floor. Or you'll wibble, you'll wobble, it's okay. See if you can do it, see if you can hold. And bring the hands all the way down, keeping that leg straight. Did you get on? I was wobbly today. So keeping that right hand on the floor, we're going to take the left arm up. So that front leg is straight. Lovely. All we're going to do is bend that front knee. You might have to slide that right hand forward slightly, coming into that twist. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, bring the hand down. We're going to pick up the back knee and step into your downward facing dog. From your downward dog, as you inhale, roll forwards to plank. And as you exhale, bend the knees, bottom pushes all the way up into your dog. Lovely. Twice more. Inhale. Exhale. You don't have to do these little rolls last time. Inhale. And exhale. Let's roll forwards to plank. Inhaling. Knees down, chest down. Now, knowing you can take Sphinx or the hands wide, or this time hands under shoulders. Inhaling into your cobra. And exhale to lower. Lovely. Let's push back all fours. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Lovely. So from your downward dog, bend the knees, look forwards. As you inhale, step or help your right foot forwards and lower that back knee. Inhale, circle the arms out and up into our low lunge. As you exhale, we take that cactus and bring the hands all the way down to frame that front foot. Lifting the chest, big breath in, and then moving the hips back, getting that hamstring stretch. Now, again, we know what's coming, and one side always feels different to the other. So you can stay here or walk the hands back towards you, or maybe even lift the arms up off the floor there. Okay, firming up through the belly if you want to have that little play. See if you can lift the right heel up off the floor. There'll be wibbles, there'll be wobbles. You might find that one side feels better than the other. Oh, I'm definitely better on this side. Lower the heel, legs stay straight, and bring the hands down. Did you like that one? Okay, this time right arm reaches up to the sky. Lovely. Nothing changes. We just bend the front knee and maybe slide that left hand a little further forwards. Inhaling into your twist. And as you exhale, bring the hands down. Pick up the back knee. And on an inhale, let's step forwards to our flat back. And exhale to fold. Lovely. Rising on up. Inhale. Exhaling, hands to hearts. Other side with some additions. Inhale, reaching up. And exhale, we fold. Lifting up halfway. This time, left leg slide or step it back. And again, we'll bring the knee down and flatten the toes. Reaching the arms up, breath in. Breathing out, we take that cactus and let the fingertips find the floor. Lifting the chest, inhale. Then moving the hips back. Now, not all knees and ankles will like this one, so feel free to keep your hips lifted Or you can slide your hips back so you're sitting on that left heel and the right leg is in front of you, coming into pistol stretch, okay? Not everyone will like that, so feel free to keep your hips high. Wherever we are, we're going to take the arms out wide like a little tripod. Lift the chest, inhale, and as you exhale, melt the chest down. Lovely, lifting the chest, inhale, exhale to melt down. Lovely, one more time. Beautiful, team. Let's lift on up. We're going to pad our way forwards, placing that left hand on the floor. Option this time to lift the back knee as you take that right arm up into your twist, or keep the knee on the floor. You decide. Lengthening out through the crown of the head. Let's take an inhale. As you exhale, bring the hand down and we step back into our downward dog or all fours or have a rest. Inhale, roll forwards to plank. Knees lifted or lowered. You decide as you come down onto your tummy. And find your cobra as you inhale. And exhale to release. Beautiful. Push back all fours. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Lovely. Our downward dog, let's bend the knees, look forwards, and this time left foot step or help it forwards and lower that back knee. That's it. Rising on up on an inhale into our lunge. As you exhale, we bend the elbows and let the fingertips find the floor. That's it. Lifting the chest, inhale. Into our hamstring stretch. Now maybe again we keep the hips here, no problem, or lower to sit on your right heel. So you've got your left leg in front of you this time. Not all knees will like that compression. Okay, hands come off the mat, nice and wide. Lifting the chest as you inhale. And exhale to ripple down. Lovely, twice more. Inhale to lift. And exhale to soften. One more time. Lovely. You're going to lift the chest. Bending that front knee, we'll pad forwards. Option to lift the back knee as you take the left arm up into your twist. Nice. Kick out through that back heel if you've got the leg lifted. Let's take an inhale and exhale, bringing the hands down. On an inhale, let's step into our flat back, top of the mat. And exhale to fold. Lovely. Rising on up. Big breath in. And hands coming to hearts. Lovely. Adding on, let's bend the knees. Inhale, reaching up. And exhale, bring the hands all the way behind you and interlace them. Now as you draw the knuckles down, we've got the option to stay here or run them down the backs of the legs. Or bend the knees and drape and fold, lifting those arms up above the head. Pushing the knuckles away from you so you feel that lovely stretch across the shoulders, across the chest. Lovely. Let's release the hands. Fingertips to the floor, shins or thighs as you lift your chest. Inhale. And let's step back into your downward facing dog. Lovely. From your downward dog, let's take the right leg up and back. And then bend the knee. See if you can bring your heel to your bottom, opening up into the hip. Lovely. For a little challenge, you might come up onto the tips of your fingers on that right hand. And bringing the hand down to the floor, extend the leg back behind you as you inhale. As you exhale, step or help that foot to the outside of your right hand. That's it. And just take a little wiggle back with that left foot. And keeping the hips low, just have a little rock back and forth or a little circle there as you open up into the hips. That's it. Then we will all lower that back knee to the floor and flatten off any toes. Coming up onto your fists, you're going to free up your thumbs and push your thumbs down into the floor and let that right knee just hug your upper arm as you let the hips sink, so we're getting a nice stretch in the front of that left hip. Now you can stay here, or we're going to turn the right toes out and let that knee roll open. Lovely. Option 2, you bring the left hand to the floor, right hand on the knee, and gently push the knee away from from you as you open up through the chest. Leaning back slightly. And then final option, circle that right arm forwards and up. Now reach to the back of your mat with your thumb up towards the ceiling. Now we might stay there. If knees feel okay, you can bring that left heel to your bottom. Some of you might be able to catch your foot. If you've got hold of your foot, you're opening up through the chest. Not all knees will like that, so feel free just to stay there, reaching the arm back behind you. So wherever you are, let's take a nice deep breath in. And as you breathe out, release. Bring the hands down and just walk that right foot between your hands. Picking up the back knee, we're going to meet in downward facing dog. Option to stay there or roll forwards to plank as you inhale. Knees lifted or lowered as you come down onto your tummy. Find your cobra or maybe an upward dog. We're going to meet in downward dog and try that on the other side. Lovely. So left leg to sky this time. Open the knee, or open the hip, I should say, by bending the knee and dropping your heel to your bottom. If you want that little balance, you can come up onto the fingertops of your left hand this time. Nice. And then we'll extend the leg all the way back behind you. A big step will help forward, so you bring it to the outside of that left hand this time. Always a long way to go, hey? And then have a little rock back and forth or some circles with your hips. That's it. Now we'll lower the back knee. And you can keep the toes tucked or flatten the toes. That left foot's pointing forwards, coming up onto your fists, and we press your thumbs down into the mat, hugging your knee against your upper arm. Again, maybe you stay there, or we can turn the toes out, right hand to floor. With your left hand, you push the knee away, and you kind of look over the shoulder or up towards the ceiling there, leaning back slightly. Maybe you stay there, or circle the left arm all the way up and back. Thumb is up and you're reaching to the back of the mat. Maybe you stay there, or your knee and ankle might be okay to bring that heel in towards your bottom. You take hold of your foot. Only if that's available today. Lovely, sensible choices, well done. Slowly release. Let's bring the hands down, walking that foot between your hands. Pick up the back knee and we meet in downward facing dog. Lovely team. Okay. Right leg to sky. Inhale. Exhale as you open the hip and bend the knee. Extend the right leg back behind you as you inhale. This time as you exhale, step it between your hands. You can set up for a high or low lunge. If you're going to keep the back knee lifted, hop the feet hip width apart. And when you're ready, we rise on up into that high lunge. Lovely. So we're going to straighten both legs, or you're just going to raise the arms. Inhale. Exhale, take that cactus, dipping the knees if you're in that high lunge with me. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale as you dip down. Lovely. One more time. Beautiful. Keeping the body nice and upright. We're going to reach on up and open up into your warrior two. So just spin that back heel in, opening up into your warrior. And now from there, just start to turn your palms. So you're feeling that kind of flossing sensation through your shoulders. You feel your shoulders open and then rotate forwards. Just doing that a couple of times. Lovely. And then turning the palms down, take an inhale. And as you exhale, see if you can sink a little deeper. That's it, lovely. Now hands come to the heart. I'm going to straighten both legs. And then this back leg, this left knee bends. You maybe lift the toes as you sink towards the back of your mat. Lovely. And then we open up into our warrior two. Inhale. Exhale, hands to heart. We bend the back knee. Lovely. That's it. One more time. Inhale to open. And exhale to bend the knee. Lovely. Coming into your warrior two. Inhale, listen up. Exhale, right arm reaches up and back. We reverse our warrior. Lovely. Inhale to center. And exhale, hand or forearm to that front thigh into our side angle. Lovely. One more time. Inhale. And this time as you exhale, we're going to take a big cartwheel of the hands down, pivoting on that back foot. Now you can come into downward dog or front leg to sky, three-legged dog. You can skip this bit out or roll forwards with me to plank as you inhale and exhale to lower. Find your cobra or your upward dog. We're going to meet in downward dog. I need to change sides of the mat with you so I can mirror you. Are we ready to finish this off? Left leg lifts, inhale. Exhale as you open the hip. Extending the leg back behind you as you inhale. Exhale, step or help it forwards. Woo! Top of the mat. Hopping that right foot out to the right. If you're joining me in a high lunge, if not, keep the back knee down, no problem. Straightening the legs, reaching up. Let's take an inhale. As you exhale, we're going to bend that knee as you draw the elbows down. Lovely. Twice more. Inhale, reaching up. And exhale to come down. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Taking the arms up as you inhale. And opening up into your warrior two. So this time you've got your left knee bent. And again, we take that little movement with the shoulders, opening the chest as you just rotate the palms. That's it. And then keeping the palms down, let's take an inhale and exhale, see if you can sink a little deeper. Lovely. Okay, let's bring the hands to the heart. Straighten both legs. Lift the toes of that left foot. So this time the right knee bends as you sink to the back of the mat. Lovely. Inhaling into your warrior. And as you exhale, we come all the way back. Lovely. Inhale, come forwards. And exhale, we sink back. Okay, listen up. Inhaling into your warrior. As you exhale, left arm reaches up and back this time. That's it. Inhale to center. And exhale, let's come over the top. Lovely. One more time, reaching up and back. And this time ready to cartwheel the hands down. We're going to frame that front foot. Option three-legged dog or a downward dog. You decide. Inhale, roll forwards to plank. And exhale to lower. Last little bit. Let's find your cobra or that final upward dog. We're going to meet in downward facing dog. Then from your downward dog, let's lower the knees. Maybe part the knees a little wider. Coming down onto your heels as you take that child pose. And again, you can soften your elbows here, make a little pillow for your head. And just take a moment now to reconnect with your breath here. Allowing the body to begin to soften into that stillness of child pose. Nice steady breaths there. And then from there, let's reach both arms in front of you. Coming up onto all fours. From there, coming down onto your tummy. Bringing the hands underneath the head. So not all of us are able, in that lizard pose, to grab our foot. So let's all stretch the thigh by bringing that right heel in towards your bottom. Flex your foot. Maybe you stay there, or you can reach back with the right hand, drawing that heel in towards your bottom and gently pressing your hips down into the floor. If you can't quite reach your foot, you just keep the hands under the head and flex your foot. So whatever is available to you today, it's all good. Pressing the hips down into the floor. That's it. And slowly, slowly we'll let that foot go and we'll swap sides, bringing the other foot in. So you can stay there or reaching around with your left hand, drawing that heel in towards your bottom as you press the hips down into the floor. Lovely. And slowly releasing, bringing the hands under the head, and just bending the knees and toes up towards the ceiling. And you can draw some little circles with the legs there, or just sway from side to side just to release the hips, whatever feels nice. That's it. And extending the legs back behind you, let's push up onto all fours. If your knees and ankles are okay, you can cross at your ankles and roll over your feet and pop the legs out in front of you. Let me come around and sit the other way. That's it. Lovely. So with the legs out in front of you, let's reach the arms up. Take an inhale. And coming down over the legs. So maybe you bend your knees and wrap the hands onto the back of the thighs. Or you can extend over those straight legs, but keep a little softness in the knees there to jam into the back of the legs. Allowing body to begin to soften there. Beautiful. And rolling your way up. If you do need to grab an extra layer or two to keep nice and warm in this chilly weather, feel free. Then bringing the heels towards the top of the mat. You're going to interlace the hands. Free up your point fingers. And reaching forwards over your toes. Rounding the spine as you ripple your way down onto the floor, vertebrae by vertebrae. Reaching the arms back above the head into that lovely full body stretch. Have a little wiggle out of the body there. And then go ahead and hug your right knee up and in towards the chest. Give it a nice squeeze, soften off through the shoulders. So you bring that heel up, that knee up, stretching out through the opposite heel. Lovely. And with that left hand, let's draw that knee across the body, just like we did before. Maybe move your hips a little ways over to the side there to create some space. Just rolling back onto your back, bringing that right knee with you. Holding on around the back of the leg. Let's find that hamstring stretch that we did at the beginning. This time with the left leg straight, or you can rebend the knee, whatever works for you. You can stay there holding on around the back of the thigh or bringing the hands even lower if your hamstrings feel tight, or sliding them up a little higher and bring your head and shoulders up off the floor as you bring that knee in towards your chest there. Lovely. Slowly, slowly release. Extend that right leg, bring the arms back above the head and have that little wiggle and a jiggle there and that full body stretch again before we do the other side. Then we'll swap sides, so left knee comes up and in, giving that leg a squeeze, stretching out through the opposite leg, we flex the foot. That's it. And then using your right hand this time, we're going to bring that knee across the body. Coming into that little twist. That's it. And then let's rolling onto your back, holding on around the back of that left thigh. Extend the leg up towards the ceiling, flexing the feet, pulling the toes towards your face. Again, you can stay there or sliding the hands up the leg. And bring that nose towards the knee. You're not lifting the right foot off the floor. You're keeping the heel grounded for stability there. And then lower all the way down. Keep the knee there as you bring the other knee up to join it. And have a little roll around on the low back there. Take some circles one way. And then the opposite way. And holding on around the back of the legs, let's extend both legs up towards the sky this time, pressing your lower back down as you flex your feet. So really engage through the core there as you pull your navel to your spine. And then heels to bottom, knees nice and wide. You might need to lift your head up so you can reach towards the top of your ankles. And then lower the head as you squeeze the heels down towards your bottom, keeping those knees wide. Flattening as much of your lower back as you can into the floor. Or you can take the soles of the feet up towards the ceiling, coming into that happy baby with me, so you can hold on around the legs, around the feet, drawing those knees down towards the outside edges of the body there. That's it. And then from there, slowly release. Bring those heels down to your bottom, your knees to your chest. Again, just have a little release. Then allow the feet to come down to the floor as you find a position that works for you for Shavasana today. So feel free to keep the knees bent. And you've arranged the body comfortably. Closing down the eyes. Pausing as you take a nice deep breath in. Again, as you breathe out, can you let the body begin to soften, unfold? Christmas can be that busy time where we're perhaps rushing around, we're thinking about the needs of other people. It's really nice to welcome this new year in with some time for yourselves, some quiet time away from all those pulls on our attention, our energy, so we can focus a little bit on ourselves. Slowly now just beginning to deepen and lengthen your breath, taking your time as we get ready to face the rest of the day, the rest of our weeks. You might want to return to that full body stretch, reaching the arms back, circling off your wrists, your ankles. And then gently bringing both knees in towards the chest, taking a moment there maybe to linger in stillness or rock from side to side. And go ahead and turn and roll to lie on one side and then come to seated when you're ready. Take your time, no rush. Oh, hopefully that's warmed us up good. Brilliant team. So wherever you are, let's bring the hands to the heart and as you soften your shoulders, again reminding us as wise words from Maya Angelou as we head forwards into the rest of this year. Hoping for the best, prepared for the worst, and unsurprised, unshaken by anything that happens in between. It's Bring that energy, that lovely stabilizing energy of yoga as you inhale, reaching up and bringing that all the way down to your heart as you exhale. Oh, thank you, team. Thank you for joining me this new year. Oh, enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you, thank you. Stay nice and warm.
Thank you, Helen. You had a few